Hello everybody, we are here today on our day 11 of the 30 days 30 tips challenge on burnout. And today we're talking about something really important and something that usually we don't connect with burnout, but it's there. As we said, one of the symptoms of burnout, the main symptoms, is the depersonalization, and we usually express it with cynicism. It's the moment where we detach from our work. It's the moment of apathy. It's the moment where things that used to give us joy, they don't give us joy anymore. And this is really worrying. We don't like that phase. We don't like not having any kind of joy. And usually it's not only about joy that we feel from work, it's joy about other big or small things. Like our hobbies, they don't give us joy anymore. People that we used to enjoy spending time with, we don't like that anymore. They don't add anything in our life. Hobbies, friends, small joys of life, they're not there anymore. So before we discuss on how to change that, how to start feeling, what I would like to explore first is, what if we change the perspective of how we see this apathy? Instead of seeing it as something bad and we definitely want this removed from our life, what if we see it as something useful? Tricky, but let's try. What do I mean with useful? What if the apathy is there because it wants to protect us? Why burnout is happening? Because we have overwhelmed our brain. Because we have spent so much time spending on things that overwhelm and burn us out. Apathy is coming there so that we don't start taking over new projects, new things. Our brain has been so overwhelmed that actually it says, I'm switching off. I'm switching off because I see that you continue bringing more excitement, positive or negative, in my brain. So I'm switching off because I cannot take anymore. So what if we see apathy as a form of protection for our brain? And our brain needs to do that so that he doesn't get more overwhelmed. What if also what if also the reason that apathy is there is because we have spent so much time and so much energy on things that we don't like or we haven't chosen. It's something that somebody else chose for us, but we don't have our heart set on them. We're doing something on the autopilot, and our brain doesn't like spending energy on something that is not our conscious decision. So when we're going into recovering from burnout and starting feeling again, because we're talking about apathy and we want to change it into starting feeling again, feeling joy, feeling feelings again in our lives, what we do is actually we do a little bit of a re-evaluation, a re-identifying our values again. What is it that we like? What is it that we think is important? What is it that we want to actually invest energy, time, passion on it? And we need to do that, especially if we have been spending years, months, or a lot of energy on something that we had to or we didn't choose deliberately. And there are many people that they have been spending many years on jobs that they don't love, on purposes that they don't feel like defending. So that's a moment where we need to re-identify our values and see what is it that we want to keep and what is that we want to discard. Another thing that we want to do is re-identify what gives us joy in our life. And I'm not talking about work only, but I'm talking about little things. What gives you joy when you wake up in the morning? How you can make it so that in the morning when you wake up, you're not thinking about work, but something that will really make you happy or calm or peaceful. We have forgotten about these small joys in our life, and usually it can be something small and tiny, like opening the window and listening to the birds chirping. And maybe it sounds silly, but that can be a really nice and calm and joyful and grateful start of a day. So when we want to start feeling and going from the apathy to the joy again, in our life, we need to start with these small things. What is it that gives you joy? Find it again, write it down. Is it time with your children? Is it time with your friends? Is it a cup of tea, a cup of coffee? Is it your favorite book, your favorite lavender scent? What is it? Small things. And let's start from these things, small, by setting small goals. Well, I hope you have enough for today. And I hope that gave you some ideas of how we can start from from apathy to joy again. Thank you very much for being here today, and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow in our next tip. Have a nice day and take good care of yourselves.